Okay, and now that we have the expert advisors attached to the various charts according to what we've created for each chart, a separate expert, let's go through a little more on the setup process, and this is going to be hopefully a little more clarification as well as to the nature of these programs and how they're set up. Now, I have the strategy tester window open. We open that with the little magnifying icon up here. And what we're going to do is set up some of the basic parameters right into the program. Now, all of this can be done through the properties window in your input section. You can modify any of these settings you wish at any time here, but you run a danger of some of them being lost if you do certain things in the program that like stopping and starting, or if the thing gets shut down and so forth. And also I want to caution right now that if you run the historic tester in any mode to test this program or any other program, and you do make modifications to the core of the program, the source code, you have to be very careful that you only make so many modifications, because you're going to create a configuration file. Every time you run that historic tester, you create a configuration file which dominates the settings in the program. And if you make several changes and then you decide you want to have a final addition, you must go in and save it as another name. I use this number. We can go up to 16 if we have some settings we want to hold and we decided we would like. We change that to 16 so we get out of that configuration binder, so to speak. But what we're going to do right now is set some base parameters that we want to hold in the program. This is different than the active parameters that we want to use during the program. These base parameters, in this case, for instance, we're going to use our balance stop, at least have the option to do so. And to use that, we have to input the current balance, 685.55 here. And this, if nothing else, we have the option to use it or not to use it, but we're going to be set up with Lightfork, so this particular account, with the right dollar amount, so it's easier to modify down the line. 685.55. And I will leave this false. I might want to use it in the future. I may not want to use it. And I'm going to set up a primary change here of $50. Now I'm also going to set up my equity protection. That's my safeguard, and this I want to set at $600. Well, let's say $550. We'll give ourselves a cushion. Now the difference between these two is that this will not shut down any outstanding orders. It will just simply stop any future orders from being placed if the balance changes by $50 either way. In other words, if the orders are closed, changing the balance down to, say, $635, no more orders will be created. Well, let's say $625 to make sure we clear the $50. So anything below $635, it will not initiate a trade. Anything above that, so $725, it will not initiate any more trades after that. This equity protection, if the equity should drop to below $550, everything shuts down, all the orders are closed, and no more orders can be placed. Now, this is a 0.1 minimum lot size on the light forex account, so we want to make sure that this setting is in that range. That's the fixed range. We're not going to be using money management, but if we wanted to go that route, we'd set that to true and then just select our lot size type and the percentage of the balance we want to use to calculate those lots. Right now we're going to leave that false. Kelly system, we're not going to worry about that. Right now, for this GBP/USD, I like this take profit setting and stop loss setting, but we could modify that based on the particular currency we want to trade. We might want to bump this up to 25 pip take profits, and bump this one up to say 18 stop loss. Now down here, these are the features we're going to be using in the properties window while we're executing this expert, and we're going to leave these all false. And in this mode, that means that if we turn it on with everything set to false, nothing will happen. Nothing is going to happen until we set one of these to true. We also may want to fix our crossing moving average periods to something based on the time frame, especially of the chart we're going to use. Right now we'll leave it at 10 and 3, but this is something you'd want to experiment with. Chart some moving averages, and I'll show you what it actually does here and how you'd want to modify that. So we're going to at this point simply set our base on all three additions at 685, 56, and 100 or 50, and down here 550. And we're going to be doing that across the board. This is our base configuration that we're setting up for this particular brokerage platform, and these are settings we want to regard as somewhat universal. After we make the settings, we'll save it, and we'll compile it, and this will lock in those new settings on these source codes and lock it into our execute file as well, and that'll kind of lock everything in. Now, if at this time we don't have to worry about the fact that we've actually got these experts up here, as long as we're not modifying any of the actual execution codes, all we're doing is modifying inputs. As soon as we compile these experts, they will transfer those new settings right into, you'll see them in the properties window. It's right here, and you're good to go. So thank you for watching this portion. Hope you enjoyed it.